David Spurlock. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. A little chilly, but not a bad day.
Fantastic. So can you tell me a little bit more about what is this instrument that you play and the history behind it?
Sure. This is the Great Highland Bagpipe. It was most closely associated with Scotland. However, it didn't begin in Scotland. It began probably in Turkey, worked its way, migrated over to Ireland, and then from Ireland over to Scotland. And it's the Irish, when the Irish had the instrument, there was only 2 drones. Now that it's in Scotland and it's been there as a iconic feature of their culture now, they gave it another drone and have become synonymous with Scottish culture.
That's awesome. So what is your band called and what is your relationship to the band?
Okay, the band is called the Space Coast Highlanders. And my relationship is I'm the pipe major. Now, the pipe major is responsible for setting the bar in the band, making sure the music is good and the pipers are playing up to a level where they can play it reasonably well.
Fantastic. So it's St. Patrick's Day today. What is it that you get to do on St. Patrick's Day with the band?
Well, we get to play a lot of bagpipes.
That's awesome.
We go to mostly down here at Meg O'Malley's, but we have other gigs as well. And it's a 3-day marathon for us. We play our keisters off, but love every minute of it.
I got it. So how is it that you personally became involved in this instrument? How did you start playing?
A bagpipe band came to my little grade school when I was in the 3rd grade. I believe it was the Air Force pipe band at the time. And they were in these wonderful, wonderful costumes. They looked like the Queen's Own. And they had this wonderful, wonderful sound that they projected as they marched back and forth across the playground. And I just thought that was the best thing since sliced bread. Well, being in the 3rd grade, I didn't have a whole lot of chance to pursue it. But when I got to high school, the principal of my high school wanted to have a bagpipe band in his school. So he offered it as an extracurricular activity, which I jumped on with both feet. And I became one of the first pipe majors of that school. Learning this instrument it's a greedy instrument. It wants all your time. If you don't give it all your time, then what you get back out of it is less than what you're thinking you should have. It's not like a hobby where you can put it on the shelf and maybe you come back in a week or 2 or whatever and start working on it again. The pipes are demanding. They want your time every single day. And that's what it takes. And if you're gonna progress with this instrument, if you're gonna get any better, you have to put in the time.
I gotcha. So what about attire? What kind of attire is required to be a part of it?
The kilts are the standard attire. We wear the Flower of Scotland tartan. Well, most people call this plaid, but it's not.
What is it?
It's tartan. It's a worsted wool fabric, and tartan describes the fabric as well as the design, if you will. Now, back in Scotland, each little town had their own little shop that would weave all their material, and they would put a material together with their own design on it, and those got to be related to the clans. So if you were from this one town, you were in the one clan of the McTavishes or the McPhersons or what all, and the tartan on your kilt was iconic to your clan.
So what's the most challenging part of this position that you found yourself as pipe major in the bagpipes band?
Well, it's a little bit like herding cats.
Yeah, herding cats. Not too easy to do.
No, it's you got to corral everybody and give them a direction. Make sure that they're playing at a level that you can go out in public and play and not embarrass yourself. And it takes some doing. It takes a lot of commitment. the instrument itself takes a huge amount of commitment. To be the leader of the band takes even more.
Well, I just want to say thank you so much for having me be a part of this.
All right.
It's great to talk to you today.
All right.
Thank you, David.
My pleasure. Thank you.
I'm retired Captain Tom Quinn from Miami-Dade Fire Rescue. This is the original tartan that was designed by myself and both retirees, retired Chief of Miami-Dade Fire Rescue, Dave Downey. We decided to design a tartan that we would end up making kilts from. The idea was quite interesting because there is a website where you actually can design a tartan. And when we had it made, we decided to have tartans made. Well, to have tartans made in Scotland, you must register it with the Scottish Tartan Society. To do that, we had the present chief of Miami-Dade Fire Rescue had to write a letter to them and saying that we are authorized to wear this kilt and have the kilt registered in Scotland. Then we had a company in North Carolina who was our lead into Scotland, who had, after we selected the colors, which each of the colors mean something, they were done on original looms in Scotland, came back, and then we had the kilts made. Each color within the tartan means something. The red is obviously for fire. The blue is for EMS. The goldish color is the color of our turnout gear that we use for firefighting. The black is for those firefighters who have died in the line of duty. The red, of course, is for fire, which I think I mentioned. The gray is a color that's unique to Miami-Dade Fire Rescue, that when we were starting out, we wore gray uniforms. Then, about 1975, we changed from red fire trucks to a highly visible yellow-green fire truck, to where we became the gray and yellow team. And we had the kilts made. And there was about 20 guys who have had the kilts made, and every time somebody wants one, of course now all the tartan is gone, we have to find a benefactor who wants to make more tartan. Maybe somebody will want to buy a kilt. That's the history of Miami-Dade Fire Rescue's tartan.